Good morning everyone, myself Shulila Osmani, lecturer. I am giving the information about the fabric structure subject, which is third semester subject. In that unit second, yarn twist and the yarn count. Already discussed about the twist, objective, importance of the twist, what is the twist, and types of the twist, S and the Z twist. How will you identify the twist of the yarn, given yarn? Today's session is fourth session. Yarn twist and the yarn count. You discussed about the yarn twist. Twist is the term of the twist given to the yarn in a spinning method only. Here it is measured in terms of TPI. It is a numerical expression. The yarn count is also a numerical expression of coarseness or fineness of the yarn. Yarn count measures in a numbers, so it is a numerical expression of what coarseness or the fineness of the yarn, whether the yarn is thick or the thin, coarse or the fineness. So yarn count is the numerical expression of coarseness or fineness of the yarn. This is the definition. The yarn count also called yarn number. Yarn count is also called as yarn number. Of a yarn is the number of hands of yarn needed to make up 1 pound of the yarn. So it is yarn number, which is hands of yarn needed to make up 1 pound. This is not to be confused with the number of yarns in an inch of fabric called thread count. So not to be confused with the thread count. Yarn count and the thread count are different. Yarn count is a numerical expression of coarseness of the fineness of the yarn. Thread count is, whereas thread count is number of yarns in an inch of the fabric. In a fabric, if you mark 1 inch through the pick glass, you can observe or count the number of yarns, the threads in that particular marking. That is the thread count, not the yarn count. In counting system, we count how many lengths called hank weigh 1 pound. So how many lengths of the yarns are there, that is called a hank, which weigh the weight in a pound. The thickness is very important property of a yarn. So thickness is coarseness, whether it is a coarse or the thick. Well, that is the important property of an yarn. So there are methods to determine and define yarn thickness. Depending on the units used for measuring length and mass, fineness of a textile yarn is given in different units. So depending upon the units used for measuring the length and the mass, fineness of textile yarn is given in different units. Such a system having different units employed to indicate fineness are called yarn numbering system. So those systems are known as the yarn numbering system. So important property, thickness, that is whether the yarn is a coarse or thick, you can find out by using the yarn count. Definition given by the Textile Institute, that is, count is the number which indicates mass per unit length or the length per unit mass of yarn. According to the Textile Institute, count, what is a count? Yarn count is the number which indicates the mass per unit length. That is, what is the mass per unit length or the length per unit mass of the yarn. This is the yarn count definition by the Textile Institute. 2 factors considered for determining the yarn count are length and the weight. These are the 2 units you need, that is the 2 factors you need to find out the yarn count, length and the weight of that yarn. Cotton, spun silk, wool, worsted and linen are based on a system where the weight unit is fixed and the count differs with the length contained in the fixed weight. So cotton, spun silk, wool, worsted, linen are based on a system where the weight unit is fixed. That is, weight unit is fixed and the length of the yarn will differs. So that is a count. Whereas silk and artificial silk are based on a system where the length unit is fixed and the count differs with the weight contained in the fixed length. So depending on the yarns types, that is artificial silk and rayon, and the silk is based on the system where the length unit is fixed, whereas in the cotton, linen, spun silk and all, here weight unit is fixed, here length unit is fixed. Length differs in the above fibers of the yarns. In the silk and the rayon, the length is fixed. So length is fixed, weight differs. If the weight is fixed, length differs. Length is fixed, weight differs. There are 4 types of the systems used for the finding the yarn count. First one is direct system, mass per unit length. In this again there are 2 types, text and the denier system. Second, indirect system, length per unit mass, English cotton count system and metric system. Third one is universal system. Fourth one is the folded yarn count. So these are the 4 types of the systems used to find out the yarn count. This is about the yarn count. You understood anything? There are 4 types. What is a yarn count? Yarn count is nothing but the numerical expression of coarseness or the fineness of the yarn. After this, you have to choose the right answer. Yarn count is the numerical expression of dash or dash of the yarn, that is length or width, twist or weight, fineness or the coarseness. So right answer is, which is the right option, that is length and width, not at all related to count, width, twist and the weight, fineness and the coarseness. So yarn count, numerical expression of fineness or the coarseness of the yarn. So C is the right answer option. Second, denier is the dash system of yarn numbering. Which system it is, whether the universal system, direct system or the indirect system. Text and denier comes in the system, direct system. So it is the denier is the direct system of yarn numbering. Answers are right answers. Say true or false. Yarn count is the numerical expression of coarseness or fineness of the yarn numbering. It is true or false. Yarn count and the thread count are same. Because the 2 terms are same. No. First one is yarn count expresses the numerical expression of coarseness or fineness. It is true. Second one is false. Fill in the blanks. Yarn count is the numerical expression of dash or dash of the yarn. Second, 2 factors considered for determining the count of yarn are dash and dash. Denier is a dash system of yarn numbering. English cotton system is dash system. You have to fill up those blanks. Yarn count is the numerical expression of coarseness or fineness of the yarn. 2 factors considered for determining the count of the cotton yarn are length and the weight. Denier is direct system of yarn numbering. English cotton count is indirect system of yarn numbering system. You have to answer assessment. You have to answer these questions. Define yarn count. Second, mention the systems used for finding yarn count. Third, what are the 2 factors considered for determining the count of the yarn? Fourth, describe yarn count. These are the questions for the assignment. You have to write the answers for these questions.